Hi, my name is Catherine Hodge. I am a U.S. family medicine doctor. I am from Cocoa Beach, Florida, and I'm living and working in a rural village in Malawi called Nkoma. When I was 17 years old, I decided that I wanted to become a medical missionary because the parts of the gospel that spoke most to me was when Jesus was healing. And I felt that sharing the gospel by being the hands and feet of Jesus to a very underserved part of the world would be the way that spoke most to my heart. So after I completed medical school and Dave and I were married, we went to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where the residency program I attended had a special focus in international missions. And so at that time we were able to come to Malawi for a month and sort of get our feet wet in terms of what it would look like to live and serve in a place like Malawi. And it was a really difficult month, but at the end of it we felt even more sure that this was the type of place that we wanted to spend as much of our career as we could. And I've been working in the maternity ward since we came back, taking care of the preterm and very sick newborn babies. It's a huge challenge because all of the resources that I had during my training are extremely limited in this setting. So we've had to learn to be really creative, and we've also had to learn to let go of the things that before I could control and I could adjust, and now those aren't options anymore. So there's been a lot of moments where we've just had to cry, "Father, help." That's the expression we learned in our missionary training, that there's just so many moments where the despair and the hopelessness of the circumstance you're facing can only be faced with crying out, "Father, help." One way that I'm sure that we've been able to make a difference in a patient's life for the sake of Christ has been that we had a mom who was facing a lot of despair and hopelessness, and this woman had twins, which is really, really common here in Central Africa. But for this woman, it was just another difficult obstacle for her to face, having two mouths to feed instead of one after she had been abandoned. When it was time for her to be discharged home, she told me that the twins were going to be named Mavuto and Chisoni, which is Chichewa for trouble and sorrow. And when I heard this, my heart just sank for what this woman must be facing on a daily basis, that these are the names that she would choose for her children. And so I called in our female hospital chaplain. Her name is Janet. And Janet just shared the hope of Christ with this mother for about 30 minutes. And at the end of it, the mom requested me to cross the names off the birth certificates I had already written, and she changed their name to Thanks and Praise.